Why is Wi-Fi slow through walls? Hello everyone. You are on the Digital Fresh channel. Why does Wi-Fi pass through walls but still feel so slow? The real reasons explained. It's a common question in homes across the world. If Wi-Fi can travel through walls, why does the internet slow down in certain rooms? You might be sitting just one floor above your router or on the other side of a hallway, yet your video keeps buffering, your call drops, or your download crawls. This contradiction confuses many users. After all, if wireless signals go through solid barriers, shouldn't your connection stay strong everywhere? The truth is more complex than it seems. While Wi-Fi signals are capable of penetrating walls and other obstacles, their strength diminishes significantly depending on several factors. These include the materials used in construction, the distance from the router, interference from other electronics, and even how your router is set up. Understanding these elements is essential to improving your home network and eliminating frustrating dead zones. This guide will walk you through everything you need to know about how Wi-Fi behaves in real-world environments. We'll explain the science behind signal transmission, explore the impact of building materials, and provide practical, expert-backed solutions to boost your internet speed and coverage. Whether you live in a small apartment or a large multi-level house, this information will help you get the most out of your wireless network. Let's begin by understanding the basics of how Wi-Fi actually works. Understanding the fundamentals of wireless networking. Wi-Fi, short for wireless fidelity, is a technology that allows devices like smartphones, laptops, smart TVs, and tablets to connect to the internet without physical cables. Instead, it uses radio waves to transmit data between your internet router and your connected gadgets. These invisible signals operate within the electromagnetic spectrum, similar to how radios, microwaves, and even light function, though at different frequencies. The foundation of modern Wi-Fi was established by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE, which introduced the first standard in the year 1997, known as 802.11. This framework laid the groundwork for all future wireless networking. Since then, multiple generations of Wi-Fi have been developed, each offering faster speeds, better reliability, and improved efficiency. Today, when you shop for a new router, you'll mostly encounter three main standards: Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6E, and the newest version, Wi-Fi 7. These names are marketing labels for technical upgrades under the IEEE 802.11 family. Each new generation builds upon the last, enhancing performance and supporting more devices at once. Wi-Fi 6 brought major improvements in speed and capacity, especially in crowded environments like homes with many smart devices. It operates on two primary frequency bands, 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. The 2.4 GHz band offers greater range but slower speeds, while the 5 GHz band delivers faster performance over shorter distances. Wi-Fi 6E expanded this by adding a third band, 6 GHz. This opened up more space for data to travel, reducing congestion and improving responsiveness. Now, Wi-Fi 7 takes it even further by doubling the width of the 6 GHz channel, allowing for even higher throughput and lower latency. According to networking company Netgear, Wi-Fi 7 is designed to prepare homes for future internet speeds reaching 10 gigabits per second, a level of performance that will support next-generation applications like virtual reality, ultra-high-definition streaming, and seamless smart home automation. However, despite these technological leaps, many users still face slow or spotty connections. Why? Because hardware alone isn't the only factor. Your home's physical environment plays a major role in how well Wi-Fi performs. Can Wi-Fi signals really travel through walls? Yes, Wi-Fi signals can pass through walls, but not without consequences. The ability of a wireless signal to penetrate solid materials depends on the type of wall and its thickness. Radio waves, which carry Wi-Fi data, are a form of electromagnetic radiation. Like light or radio broadcasts, they can bend, reflect, or be absorbed when they encounter obstacles. This process is known as refraction and attenuation. Refraction allows the signal to pass through certain materials, while attenuation refers to the weakening of the signal as it travels. Think of it like sound. If someone speaks in another room, you can still hear them, but the voice is quieter and maybe muffled. The same happens with Wi-Fi. Materials such as drywall or wood tend to have minimal impact on signal strength. However, denser substances like brick, concrete, cement blocks, metal framing, stone, and double-glazed glass can significantly block or weaken Wi-Fi. For example, a thick concrete wall in a basement or a metal-backed insulation panel can act like a shield, reducing the signal to almost nothing on the other side. Interestingly, not all wireless technologies behave the same way. Take Li-Fi, an experimental system that uses visible light to transmit data. Unlike Wi-Fi, Li-Fi cannot go through walls because light waves are easily blocked by solid objects. This makes Li-Fi highly secure but extremely limited in range. Wi-Fi, on the other hand, sacrifices some security for flexibility. It can reach multiple rooms, but with variable performance. So, while Wi-Fi can pass through walls, the quality of the connection on the other side depends heavily on what those walls are made of and how far the signal has to travel. Distance matters more than you think. One of the biggest misconceptions about poor Wi-Fi is that walls are the main culprit. In reality, distance from the router often has a greater effect than the materials in your walls. Jean-Marco Chong, Laboratory Technical Project Manager at CNET, explains, like any radio signal, Wi-Fi weakens as it travels over longer distances. This is natural signal decay. Obstacles like walls make it worse, but even in open spaces, the signal loses strength the farther it goes. To test this, CNET's lab team conducted extensive evaluations on over 30 different routers. They measured performance across more than 61 test points in a controlled environment, tracking how well each device maintained speed and stability at various distances and through different types of barriers. The results showed that while thick walls do reduce signal strength, the drop-off due to distance was consistently more impactful. For instance, a router placed at one end of a large home may struggle to reach devices at the opposite end, even if there are only a few thin walls in between. The typical indoor range of a standard router is between 150 and 300 feet. But this assumes ideal conditions: open space, no interference, and no obstructions. In most homes, furniture, appliances, and structural elements cut that range significantly. This means that even if your walls aren't made of concrete, simply being too far from the router can lead to slow speeds or disconnections. That's why placement is just as important as the router model you choose. How to choose the right router for your home. Before trying any fixes, it's important to assess whether your current router is suitable for your living space and usage needs. Not all routers are created equal, and using the wrong one can limit your internet performance no matter what else you do. For smaller spaces, such as apartments or homes under 1,500 square feet, a traditional single-unit router is usually sufficient. These devices have one central access point and broadcast Wi-Fi in all directions. A high-performing model like the ASUS ROG Rapture GT AX6000 has proven effective in lab tests, delivering strong results on both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. However, if you live in a larger home, especially one with multiple floors or thick interior walls, a single router may not provide full coverage. In such cases, a mesh Wi-Fi system is a better choice. Mesh networks use multiple nodes placed around the house to create a seamless, extended network. Unlike older repeaters, mesh systems communicate intelligently with each other, ensuring smooth handoffs and consistent performance. Another consideration is the age of your router. Technology evolves quickly, and older models may not support modern standards. Experts recommend replacing your router every 5 years to keep up with advancements in speed, security, and device compatibility. If you're upgrading, consider investing in a router with Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 7 support. Most devices purchased in the past 5 years are compatible with Wi-Fi 6, but only the latest smartphones, laptops, and gaming consoles can fully utilize the capabilities of Wi-Fi 7. While Wi-Fi 7 devices are still limited, adopting the new standard now future-proofs your network for upcoming internet services. The importance of Wi-Fi frequency bands. Most modern routers offer dual or even tri-band functionality. This means they operate on 2 or 3 different frequency ranges: 2.4 GHz, 5 GHz, and sometimes 6 GHz. Each band has its strengths and weaknesses. The 2.4 GHz band travels farther and penetrates walls more effectively. It's ideal for covering large areas or reaching distant rooms. However, it's also more crowded. Many household devices like baby monitors, cordless phones, and microwave ovens operate on this frequency, which can cause interference. The 5 GHz band is faster and less congested, making it perfect for high-bandwidth activities like streaming, gaming, or video conferencing. But its range is shorter, and it doesn't handle obstacles as well. If you're far from the router or behind several walls, this band may drop out. The 6 GHz band, introduced with Wi-Fi 6E and expanded in Wi-Fi 7, offers the fastest speeds and lowest latency. It's essentially a wide-open highway for data, with minimal interference. However, it has the shortest range and is easily blocked by walls, so it works best in close proximity to the router. Many routers automatically switch your devices between bands to optimize performance. This is called band steering. But you can also manually set up separate network names, SIDs, for each band, allowing you to assign specific devices to the best frequency. For example, you might connect your work laptop to the 5 GHz band for speed, while keeping smart lights on the 2.4 GHz band for reliability. CNET broadband expert Joe Supin notes, "The key is having a router that supports both 2.4 and 5 GHz. Most modern devices will automatically connect to the best available option, but you have more control if you manage the bands yourself." Optimal router placement. Where you put it makes a difference. Even the most advanced router won't perform well if it's placed in a poor location. Unfortunately, many people hide their routers in out-of-the-way spots to keep them out of sight, behind furniture, inside cabinets, or tucked into basements. These locations severely limit signal distribution. According to network technicians, here are 5 of the worst places to position your router. On the floor, signals radiate outward and upward. Placing the router on the ground causes the signal to hit furniture and walls at awkward angles, reducing coverage. Behind the couch or TV stand, large objects block signals. Electronics like TVs emit electromagnetic interference that can disrupt Wi-Fi. In the basement, being underground and surrounded by concrete walls isolates the router from the rest of the house. Inside closed cabinets, wood or metal enclosures act like Faraday cages, trapping the signal inside. Near another Wi-Fi router or extender, this creates signal overlap and interference, leading to network confusion and slower speeds. Instead, the ideal location is centrally located and elevated. Place your router on a shelf or desk in a commonly used room, such as the living room or home office. Keep it away from large metal objects, mirrors, fish tanks, and appliances like microwaves or refrigerators. Elevation helps because Wi-Fi signals spread in a donut-shaped pattern around the router. When placed high up, the signal can cover both upper and lower levels more evenly. If you have a 2-story home, placing the router on the ceiling of the first floor or the floor of the second floor can improve vertical coverage. Adjusting router antennas for better coverage. If your router has external antennas, their orientation can affect signal strength. Most routers come with 2 or more antennas, and how you position them influences how the signal is distributed. For best results, set the antennas at right angles to each other, one vertical, one horizontal. This creates a more balanced signal pattern, improving connectivity for devices in different orientations, e.g., a phone held vertically versus a laptop lying flat. If your router has 3 antennas, try positioning 2 vertically and 1 horizontally. You can also experiment with slight tilts to find the optimal setup for your space. After adjusting the antennas, run a speed test using a reliable tool like Ookla, owned by the same parent company as CNET. Repeat the test from different rooms to see how the changes affect performance. Small tweaks can make a noticeable difference, especially in homes with challenging layouts. Extending your network, Wi-Fi extenders versus mesh systems. If you still have dead zones after optimizing placement and settings, it may be time to expand your network. A Wi-Fi extender is a cost-effective solution. It plugs into a wall outlet and rebroadcasts the existing signal to hard-to-reach areas. CNET's top recommendation is the Linksys RE7310, which supports Wi-Fi 6 and delivers solid performance. Extenders are easy to install and work well for small coverage gaps. However, extenders have limitations. They have the available bandwidth because they must communicate with the main router while serving devices. They also create a separate network name, which can cause devices to stick to a weaker signal instead of switching automatically. For larger homes, a mesh Wi-Fi system is superior. Mesh networks use multiple nodes that work together as a single network. They provide seamless roaming, consistent speeds, and intelligent routing. While more expensive than extenders, mesh systems offer better performance and reliability. Other factors that affect Wi-Fi performance. Beyond hardware and placement, several environmental factors can degrade your signal. Electronic interference. Devices like cordless phones, baby monitors, Bluetooth speakers, and microwaves operate on the same frequencies as Wi-Fi and can cause congestion. Network congestion. Too many devices connected at once can overwhelm your router, especially on older models. Firmware issues. Outdated router software can lead to bugs, security flaws, and poor performance. Always check for updates. Internet service throttling. Some internet providers reduce speeds during peak hours or for certain types of traffic. If you suspect throttling, use a virtual private network (VPN) to test your connection. For users who demand maximum performance, consider adding a network switch. This device connects to your router and provides additional Ethernet ports, allowing wired connections for computers, gaming consoles, and smart TVs. Wired connections are faster, more stable, and immune to interference. Managed switches even let you prioritize traffic, ensuring critical applications get the bandwidth they need. Final thoughts. Wi-Fi isn't magic, it's physics. Wi-Fi may seem like invisible magic, but it follows the laws of physics. Signals weaken over distance, get absorbed by materials, and interfere with other electronics. While modern technology has made great strides, your home's layout and setup still play a crucial role in determining internet quality. You don't need to renovate your house or spend thousands on equipment to fix slow Wi-Fi. Often, simple changes, like repositioning the router, updating firmware, or adding an extender, can make a dramatic difference. Start with the basics. Choose the right router, place it centrally and high up, use the appropriate frequency band, and minimize interference. If problems persist, consider a mesh system or consult your internet provider. By understanding how Wi-Fi truly works and how it interacts with your home, you can transform a frustrating connection into a fast, reliable, and seamless experience across every room. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell.